Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Angie. Today is Monday, August 31st, 2020. This is your daily card report. I was impressed to use the tarot. This is a brand new deck. I have not done anything with this, so we're going to see what happens today. I just do what they tell me to do. So, all right, here we go. What is the message today, Monday, August 31st, 2020 for YouTube? Card shuffle. Collapse. Oh, wow. Wait till you guys see this card. Okay, hold on. There's a whole bunch of there. The ego. The ego, the collapse. This is an ego death. This is like putting yourself in place. This is like checking yourself, checking your ego and saying, listen, what am I thinking? What am I saying? Like, where am I at today? This is really like getting into, gratitude and being humble and really, really tuning into yourself and really asking, this is like, this almost reminds me of the Tower in the Rider-Waite deck. Okay. But in this deck, that's not what it means. Okay. But this is the crumbling. This is the crumbling. This is the, collapse, the Tower moment of something within yourself that is no longer serving you for your most highest and best good. It's like getting yourself in check and getting yourself on the right path. Okay. It's releasing everything that no longer serves, or something in particular that is major, that this is literally saying, okay, this has to go. This has to go. You can't continue to do this anymore. You can't continue to act this way, be this way, say this way. I really believe this is within yourself. For sure. It's the ego. So this is like an ego death. Really checking yourself. Let's see what other information we have today. Really falling into gratitude, really allowing yourself to be your authentic self, we all have that ego mind. We all have the ego inside of us. It's just us learning to work with the ego, to really work with that side of us, and to say, okay, like, they're never going to go away, but how can I acknowledge the ego? It's like giving the ego a job. Okay. I had a reading from a woman once, and she said that, this was a great analogy. It is not mine. She said that, the ego isn't the CEO of the company. The ego is essentially the janitor. Okay. It's there to clean up the mess. And so it's like, you have to put the ego to work so that the ego is occupied, so that you can allow your authentic and subconscious mind, to come to the surface, So allowing the ego to get out of the way and to come in, in your heart space, living your life through your heart space. Okay, this one is sticking out, so I'm going to go with this one. Oh, Page of Hearts, Innocence. This is beautiful. So the heart in this particular deck is all about emotions, okay? Because it's all about the heart, emotions, feelings. This could be a messenger, okay? This could be like a message of love, an emotional message. Someone coming in for you. It's giving you a message, but also it's innocence. So I feel like this is almost like, what's coming to my mind is almost like not knowing any better. Not knowing any better, because guess what? We've been dealing with our ego our whole entire lives. We didn't know, you know, these patterns are finally just coming to the surface now. Okay, we didn't know that this is how we've been. This is how we've been patterned. This is how we've been living our lives our whole entire life. Okay, so this is almost saying like, you know, like we need to take a step back and look at life with a childlike wonder and look at our egos in a different manner, in a different way, to be kind. Just be kind to ourselves, you know? Be innocent. Be that innocent child. Let that, you know, that younger you come and shine, you know? That's egoless. Innocence. Yeah, it's like allow yourself to swim in the current of emotions and allow any messages that need to come in today. There might be a message there might be some sort of emotional message that might come in, or a wish, something, you know, an opportunity for you to step out of your ego and to step into humbleness. It's also what I'm getting. It's like it's like an opportunity, because pages are messengers in the regular tarot, but this is almost like starting over. Allowing the ego to crumble and starting over. Letting go. Going into that childlike wonder, being humble in a different way that you haven't been before. Letting go. Letting it drop away. Tower moment. Let it be. Let it fall away. And come back to yourself. The true you. I'm going to pull one more card. Sorry, I'm like debating like which deck they want me to use. Okay. All right, so last messages here for the ego and innocence. Is there any last words, last messages that we need to know about this reading today? Okay. Ooh, psychic development. Number 5. Changes. 5 is change. This is psychic development. So, I'm really feeling, okay, getting the information in which I'm getting is that it's like, this is all about us moving forward in our ascension process and our ascension growth, but also with us developing our gifts and our skills, okay? And remembering who we are and developing those psychic abilities or connections with your guides. It's allowing your old patterns, your old self, your old ways of being, okay? Allowing that ego mind to not control you any longer, to come into that innocent space of newness and childlike manner, okay? And to like rejuvenate, being a different person. And when you allow yourself, your ego to fall away, so to speak, or to be the janitor and not the CEO, that's when things start to open up and develop. That is the message, my friends. So this is all about ego death. And like I said, it's, you know, it's the ego is it's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's something that is constantly happening, constantly going on in our heads and our minds all the time. Our mind is constantly taking over at times. And this is literally saying no more. No more. Something new is happening. A different pattern is happening. A different relationship is happening. And I'm no longer allowing the ego to be in control. The ego is no longer the CEO. He is the janitor. He, she, janitor. okay? And really allowing ourselves to start over from our heart. And this is like a gift, like an aha moment, a light bulb moment. This is like, you know, could be a message from spirit, a situation that happens today that literally makes you, it's almost like this jump, almost bridging the gap, so to speak, of a certain situation that allows this to fall away, that you're learning to allow this to fall away. Something can happen today to allow this to fall away, to be able to come into this, to be able to be humble, to be innocent, to realize, like, I handled that in a completely different situation, in a different manner, and I allowed my ego to not take over. That now, since I have moved from this space, okay, now I've moved into this space, which has now allowed this to open up. And it's the connection, okay? Connection to your spirit guides, the spirit world, your spiritual gifts coming in whatever gifts that may be. We all have spiritual gifts. We all have different qualities to ourselves, but we all have the ability to unlock those gifts. And so this is saying you can't unlock those gifts until you work with the ego. And once the ego falls away and we start coming and living from our heart spaces, okay, that's when we learn, and we're now in a different arena, and we're now elevating ourselves, elevating our ascension in order to understand of who we need to be and where we need to go, and not to allow this to rule, but to allow this to rule, okay? Heart space, okay? To allow these gifts and these developments to come in. This is absolutely beautiful. So that is the energy that we have today, you guys. Also, we have a yod in the astrology. I'm not an astrologer. I'm not pretending to be one, but I know that there is a yod today. So there is a lot of energy, and it is directed towards Mercury. I don't necessarily know. I forgot what that means. You know, look up an astrology video today. If that's something that you're interested in knowing. I just know that there's a yod, and with the yod, the way the planets are actually aligned is very specific, and these are sort of very rare alignments. There's a lot of planets involved. It's like the finger of God pointing towards a specific lesson today. So with that being said, the lesson for some of you might be having to learn with your ego and allowing your heart to take over. It's all about living from our heart spaces. And once we make that decision to really put forth the effort to live into our heart space and to come from our heart space at all times, that's when we're able to open up doors that haven't been opened before. We're on our path. We're on our way to developing our skills, and our connection in a deeper manner. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you all tomorrow for the card of the day. Namaste.